morning, Cresthill. Coming up today, we have a story on a Cresthill elective, 1 student, a PSA, 2 staff profiles, and 2 animations.
Cresthill has some great electives, and we decided to do a story on our favorite.
After walking down the long halls of Cresthill, you come to a room, the CANN room. In 1996, it started as TAPS, the aim being to assist teachers when they encountered technical difficulties. During this time, Dan Marcus was the teacher, and a few impromptu news features were produced. And of course, there were fun broadcasts too.
Between me, Dan, the Mac, winner, Marcus, versus Nate, the Wimp, PC, loser, Mendoza.
Yes, that was a teacher wrestling a student, filmed on tape.
Edited on primitive Advid Cinema. It was the only program available in 1998, but as of last year, students are using Final Cut Pro, After Effects, and more of the top-line programs. Michael Hall was the teacher all the way up until 2014. The students had the equipment, they had all the programs, they were just lacking the motivation. That's why, when Mr. Hall left his job at Cresthill, Scott Melanson pounced on the opportunity to work here.
I worked for the school district last year, got to do a lot of film production. That was pretty fun, but nothing's better than watching students make film.
Mr. Melanson started as a science teacher, later moving on to work at the Douglas County School District. His focus was film production, telling the stories of teachers and students at various schools. Nothing had compared to working with students.
My favorite thing to do is see what students come up with. There's no better feeling than watching a kid come up with this amazing idea and it actually works and it's really funny. That's my thing. I love that.
While sometimes he teaches rowdy 7th and 8th graders, also he finds the kids with passion, the CANN kids. Mr. Melanson, he's a new teacher. What exactly have you learned from him?
I've learned a ton, basic camera terms, along with shots, lights, sound.
The CANN class was an orphaned baby that landed on Mr. Melanson's doorstep. The class's nourishment was in the form of new cameras, a new green screen, a push for more. This is Nick Carl, reporting from CANN, in the halls. It's great learning about classes at Cresthill, but let's twist it up with a story on one snazzy student.
We had an idea that everyone had something about them that set them apart from the others. There was one setback. We are in middle school, the place where individuality is pretty scary. Despite that, we put 5 names in a box and let destiny take the wheel. A quick text and it was set. What does Jack Cropper have in store? A quick glance definitely will not give you all of Jack's story. Besides being an exceptional student, Jack's time out of school is filled with football, better known here as soccer.
I play soccer outside of school. Some joy I get out of that is being able to run around and just sort of exercise, so I'm not just sitting around all weekend.
And on top of spending next to all of his time playing soccer,
That takes 5 days of the week.
his coaches are always thinking highly of him.
He's a very dedicated player.
Jack has traveled across the United States and says it's these cross-country journeys that bring him and his team together. Planning on playing soccer through high school, it becomes clear how important the game is to Jack. This is Sam Maddox, Cresthill Action News Network.
It's the students that help make Cresthill the great place it is.
And those students helped make this PSA.
advocating for something that will benefit Cresthill is the whole idea of PSAs.
And teachers are often behind those changes. Let's take a look at two of them.
Before teaching, Miss Herring used to be an RF engineer.
I first wanted to be a teacher when I was really young, and my family convinced me not to do it. And so I went off and had a completely different career, and realized in the middle of that career that I was very unhappy. And so I quit my job and I went back to school, and on my very first day as a teacher, as a student teacher, they came and watched me and they're like, "You're a student teacher? You look so natural. This must be your job." And it was like, from the very moment that I stepped into a school, I realized that I was meant to be a teacher.
I like social studies because of the vast variety of topics that are taught by Miss Herring and like how many different fun activities she has.
My favorite part about teaching is being with kids and having really cool discussions with them and seeing a bunch of lights turn on and having them realize that they are capable of so much more than they thought they were.
I like social studies because I get to learn things about my country and other places around the world that I haven't learned before. And I think it's just a cool opportunity to learn about other people's cultures.
My life has helped me become a more compassionate teacher, somebody who tries to connect with kids who come from really tough life situations and help them see that success is possible.
She's really nice and friendly, and she interacts with the students a lot. She comes up to you if you need help, and she really is just there to teach you and help you the best she can.
I've been all over the world. I've been to Kenya, I've been to Argentina, I've been to Chile, I've been all over Europe. I rode my bike from Florence to Rome one year, so travel is my favorite thing to do. Some of my goals for teaching are to really just to keep finding ways for my students to have the opportunity to do amazing things, to have interesting experiences, to figure out ways for them to interact with the world and make a difference in it. My talent is being a teacher.
Here at Cresthill Middle School, we are lucky to have Mr. Labron as a counselor.
He's definitely the LeBron of the counseling office, if you know what I mean.
Basketball coach, he's a cool guy. He knows what he's doing. He related to us, which was cool.
So as a coach, a little bit the same as being a counselor. I think that, kids face a lot of challenges that they overcome, on and off the court. Connecting with the kids, ways to do that I think are very important. Is it's not just about the task at hand. It's really not just about basketball at that point. It's more about who they are as a person, making sure that you're having conversations with kids that are not even basketball related.
It teaches you life lessons about how to be nice to all people and walking into a game not to be messing around.
So I always knew growing up in life that I really wanted to work with children. From an early age, back in high school, I was able to coach elementary kids along the way, and that was very fulfilling to me in life. Going into education was kind of a no-brainer for me.
I really like how supportive he is and how even if you don't need something from him, he's like a really great person to talk to and he's a really good friend.
First and foremost, it's just about kids, and so being able to connect with kids and help support them through their academic adventures.
Mr. Levin helps you just by being there for you, and he just tries to understand what you're going through before he tries to help you solve the problem.
I think we talk about empathy a lot in school, and so in order to reach the position I'm in currently at this point, I certainly had some hoops to jump through, some obstacles to overcome, including, and I think they benefit, but being a classroom teacher I think was very important. Understanding challenges that your generation and your peers face this day and age was very important to me. So keeping up with research and understanding development of children and adolescents at this point are things that I continue to be passionate about and work through. So that allows me to be the best counselor I can for you guys.
Lastly, we have an animation done by the students of CANN.
And one by the multimedia students.
We've reached the end of today's broadcast.
And remember, according to citydata.com, a shrimp's heart is in its head.
Have a dandy day, Cresthill.